truthers. Now we're getting into the nitty-gritty stuff. You shouldn't listen to these stories alone. You ever notice how some places just feel off? Not dangerous exactly, just wrong. Like you're not supposed to be there. Tonight, we're diving into a few of those places. And the people who experience things that they still can't explain. Deep in the Appalachian Mountains, people don't just fear what they can see, they fear what calls them. There was a couple. They were camping. And one night, the man had to relieve himself, so he stepped out of the tent. And while he was taking care of his business, he heard his girlfriend call for him back by their vehicle. So he looked over there, didn't see anybody. And then he seen the door open of the truck. And you could see the light inside come on, and it illuminated the shadow. And again, she called for him. And he figured, she forgot something in the truck, so he was going to head over there. Just then, he heard a commotion in the tent and heard his girlfriend start snoring. And he looked back at the truck. The door was closed, the light was off, no one was there. He ran back to the tent, woke her up. They didn't pack up their stuff, they just grabbed their essentials, slowly moved back to the truck with flashlights, got in it, and left. Never to go back. Now imagine that same feeling, but underground. So you have a group of guys that were hiking. They were planning on going spelunking down in some caves that they had heard about. So they come across a cave, start climbing down inside, taking all precautions, ropes and all. And as they got partway down, they seen an old mining cave that kicked off to the side. Still had some remnants of the mining era. So they said, let's go down and check this one out. Well, they got down there, a little further than what they were planning on doing, but it was interesting, seeing old picks and, little carts still on the tracks. And up ahead, they heard something. It sounded like, they were mining down there, hitting the stone, and almost a little chant, like there was miners that were singing. You could see little flickers of the old candlelight headlamps. And they all looked at each other like, this hasn't been mined in like 100 years. So, needless to say, they were scared and started going back out the way they came in. Well, then they heard the cart start rolling on the tracks, coming closer to them, and so was the flickers of the candle headlamps. So they busted into a dead-out run, banging off the walls, getting cut up and stuff, and they didn't stop until they were out of the cave. And they all looked back down the cave, looking for the light or waiting for someone to come out. nothing. Darkness. Silence. Even outside around, no birds were chirping. The wind was dead. There was nothing. They all said, "We're going home." They left, never to go back into another cave. Some places don't just feel wrong. They feel watched. So, Skinwalker Ranch. This is a prime example. You've seen the TV show. They've got a lot more technology that they're using nowadays. But how do you explain, over the triangle, they're flying over and checking the, GPS data on the helicopters, and it's showing that they're flying, either 1,000 feet higher than they were, or 2,000 feet underground. How does that happen? And then you have the story of the boy who worked at the little gas station that's, in the town right next door to where Skinwalker Ranch is at. He's working one late night, closes up at midnight, turns the lights off, locks the doors, gets in his car, and he's going to start heading home. Well, he has to drive past the ranch. So every night when he gets there, he's always got his headlights on bright, eyes going everywhere, looking around. And when he gets close to there, some strange things have happened. An animal jumps out and scares him. Well, this night, he's going by and he sees a figure on the side of the road. It looks like a man standing there, tall and skinny, a little bit taller than he should be, and a little skinnier than he should be. And as he gets closer, the headlights start getting onto it. He moves back towards the side of the road. So the boy starts slowing down, nervous he may run in front of him. And then, as if it was a glitch in time, like, twitching, the next thing he sees is what he says is a wolf run across the road in front of him. He floored it, went home, called his boss, quit the next day. Here's the thing about all these stories. They don't feel random. They follow patterns, voices that mimic, lights that observe, things that don't move like anything we understand. So, if you're hearing a voice in the woods and there's no one out there, don't respond, don't go to it, just ignore it and keep moving. Or if you see something that isn't there, but you've seen it moving towards you, turn around and leave. Or if you see something that's out of the ordinary, like, a man turning into a wolf, or something you just can't explain, you have to ask the real question: are these stories real? It's why do so many people describe the same thing in completely different places? If you've ever experienced something like this, drop it in the comments, because the more you listen, the more you realize you're not the only one. Myself, where I live, you look south, it's happened many times. And mine is lights in the sky. Me and my oldest son, me and my youngest son, me just out there by myself, have seen all roughly in the same spot, either an orange light, a green light, or a blue light. And we stand there and we watch it, and it is steady, and then it starts to move off to the side, and then it shoots up. Now I know it is not a plane. I know no helicopter can move that fast. So I leave it up to you to say what it is. I know what I feel it is. But the odd thing is, each time that we see it, it seems to be closer. And then we don't see it for a long period of time. So this is enough to leave you scratching your head, but I will ask you, please like, follow, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when I put out this crazy stuff again. And if you've experienced anything, put it in the comments. Or if you have thoughts on another short or even a long video that you'd like to see me do some research on and put out, also leave that in the comments. I read every comment and I try to respond to them all. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. But I do my best to try. So, crack another cold one. Sit back, relax after this, and I'll see you in the next one.